Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to walk you through machine learning from an engineering perspective. Most engineers get this wrong because they treat machine learning like a black box magic trick instead of a software engineering problem. If you cannot explain how your model converts raw data into predictions, you cannot scale it, debug it, or deploy it safely into production. Let us break down exactly what machine learning is and how you can start building models that actually provide business value. We have already covered specific algorithms in our previous guide, which you can find in the channel library. So today we are focusing on the mechanics and the life cycle. These are the topics we are going to cover in this video. Specifically, we will look at how models learn, the life cycle of data, setting up your dev environment, building a pipeline, avoiding common production crashes, and the business case for ML. So, do not skip ahead. Watch all the way through to actually understand this properly. Quick note, this channel shares practical IT tutorials every week, so if that is useful to you, hit subscribe and join our WhatsApp community linked in the description for more resources. So, why do most machine learning projects fail? It is a great question. Without a clear engineering process, ML projects often remain science experiments that never reach production. You might face model drift, where your predictions slowly lose accuracy because your input data changed. Or you might find yourself in an impossible situation where you cannot reproduce a specific prediction because you did not track your model versions. So why do most machine learning projects fail? It is a great question. Without a clear engineering process, ML projects often remain science experiments that never reach production. Most teams fail because they treat the model as a static file rather than a dynamic system component. That is exactly the problem we are solving today. So what is machine learning, really? It is the study of computer algorithms that improve automatically through experience. Think of it like teaching a child to identify fruit. You do not define the exact shape and color of an apple in code. Instead, you show the child thousands of pictures of apples and say, "This is an apple." Eventually, the child learns the patterns that define an apple on their own. Machine learning models work the same way by finding statistical patterns in massive datasets. Right? It is just pattern recognition at scale. Before we dive into the code, let us make sure your environment is ready. You need a modern operating system like Windows, Mac OS, or Ubuntu. You must have Python 3.10 or newer installed. You can verify this by running the Python command with the version flag in your terminal. You also need a terminal window open and ready to go. You should be comfortable with basic command line navigation and package installation. If you are on a lockdown enterprise machine, ensure you have the necessary network access to download Python packages from the central repository. How does the machine learning life cycle actually work? It is a multi-step process. First, we have data ingestion, where we pull raw information. Next is cleaning and feature engineering, which is where we transform raw data into a format the model understands. Then, we enter the training phase, followed by rigorous evaluation to test accuracy. Finally, we deploy the model. Each of these stages must be automated to ensure consistency. If you skip cleaning, your model learns from noise. If you skip evaluation, you deploy a broken model. And that is a disaster in production. To start, we create an isolated virtual environment to keep our dependencies clean. Line 1 creates the environment folder. On line 2, we activate it so our terminal uses these local tools. Finally, on line 3, we install pandas for data handling, scikit-learn for the machine learning logic, and NumPy for mathematical operations. This setup is the industry standard for starting any data project. When you run those commands, you should see output similar to this. It confirms that the libraries are installed correctly within your virtual environment. If you see this, you are ready to move on to the core logic. Here is a simple example. On lines 5 and 6, we define our training data. How many hours a student studied versus their final score. On lines 8 and 9, we initialize our linear regression model and fit it to that data. This is the learning phase. Finally, on lines 11 and 12, we ask the model to predict the score for someone who studied for 6 hours. It is basic, but this is the exact same underlying logic used in far more complex systems. The model outputs 100. It correctly identified the linear trend from our previous data points. Perfect. This demonstrates that the model has successfully generalized from the input data. Now this is how a senior engineer would write this for production. We use a scikit-learn pipeline to bundle our data scaling and our modeling. This ensures that the same transformations applied to training data are automatically applied to real-world input. We are using a random forest model here, which is much more robust than a simple regression. This structure allows us to swap out models or pre-processing steps without rewriting our entire application logic. What if you see this error? It happens when your training data dimensions do not match. But a more dangerous mistake is data leakage, where your model accidentally sees the answer during training. The fix: always use a proper train-test split before you perform any feature engineering. The fix is simple. Use the train-test-split function. This separates your data so the model is validated on data it has never seen before. Never train on your entire dataset, or your model will simply memorize the data rather than learning patterns. Let us look at a real-world scenario. An online retail platform serving 5 million users experienced high churn rates. They had no idea who was about to leave until it was too late. By implementing a predictive machine learning model to identify at-risk customers, the marketing team could target interventions 48 hours before churn occurred. The result? A 12% reduction in customer churn. That is millions in annual revenue saved just by using a simple predictive model. This is why MLOps is so critical, a topic we have covered in detail in our dedicated MLOps guide. So, when should you actually use machine learning? Use it when you have massive datasets where patterns are too complex for simple hard-coded rules. It is perfect for forecasting demand, detecting churn, or identifying anomalies. But do not use it if you can solve the problem with basic if-else logic. It is overkill. Also, avoid ML if you lack high-quality labeled data. A model is only as good as the data you feed it. Finally, think about the cost of errors. If an incorrect prediction could ruin your business, do not rely on a probabilistic model without heavy human oversight. Specifically, that includes use ML when you have large datasets with patterns that are too complex for hard-coded rules. Use ML for predictive tasks like forecasting demand, churn detection, or anomaly detection. Do not use ML if you can solve the problem with simple if-else logic. Do not use ML if you lack high-quality labeled data to train the model, and do not use ML if the cost of an incorrect prediction is higher than your budget allows. If an incorrect prediction could ruin your business, do not rely on a probabilistic model without heavy human oversight. To recap, machine learning is about statistical pattern recognition, not magic. Always isolate your training and testing data to prevent leakage. Use pipelines to keep your data pre-processing consistent in production. Automate your entire machine learning lifecycle to avoid manual errors and model drift. And most importantly, always measure the business value of your model, not just its technical accuracy. If it does not solve a real problem, the model is not worth the server resources. If this video helped you, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Join our WhatsApp community linked in the description for more practical IT resources every week. Thanks for watching. This channel is dedicated to providing knowledgeable content for IT professionals, building their skills in Linux, cloud, DevOps, Python, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Subscribe to stay updated, and I will see you in the next one.